Welcome to Business Connection. I'm Liz Spencer. We have a wonderful guest in studio. It's Stephanie Jones-Kostelik, and she's from Friedrich-Jones Funeral Home and Cremation Services. Stephanie, welcome.
Thank you for having me, Liz.
Tell me a little bit about Friedrich-Jones.
Friedrich-Jones Funeral Home is our family-owned and operated business in downtown Naperville. We've been there since 1918.
Wow. So 1918, we're 2018 now, so that means a 100-year anniversary. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we're looking forward to this year to try to do a few special things to celebrate our 100 years of service to the community.
That's wonderful. Now, your dad has been a big part of that for a long time.
Yes.
But not 100 years, because your dad still is Ray Jones and seen throughout the community and still works.
Absolutely.
It's a family-owned business. So.
Yep, no, my dad has been with the business since 1968, starting as an apprentice, and then has been the owner of the business since 1976. And my brother and I joined him in the early to mid 90s, and so the three of us are now, owning and operating the business together.
Wow, that's terrific. Most of us come to you at a very difficult time. You have a difficult job, Stephanie. Thank you for doing it, because you bring such comfort. But tell us a little bit about what we should know about a funeral home that we don't know. Sure.
I think most folks are surprised that, we are in operation 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Especially, at our particular funeral home where we don't have answering service or voicemail. We're fielding all the calls from families or hospice nurses or hospitals at a difficult time, whether that be midnight or 3 in the morning, and they have that personalized touch, or they can get information that they need, and we can start with that family right away in connection to help them. So.
Right, because it never comes in a convenient time between 9 and 5.
Yeah, this is true.
This is true. Well, and having been a customer of Friedrich-Jones, or I kind of like to think of myself as now part of the family.
Yes.
It is comforting to call and talk with somebody at 10:30 on a Sunday night.
Sure.
And have that person know what to do, because I didn't know what to do. And talk to me a little bit about, it's a home, and that's one of the things I really liked about it. It was like going to somebody's home.
Yes. So we're on Mill Street in a historic neighborhood in downtown Naperville. The funeral home is an extension from the family homes where folks used to have their visitations or wakes within their own living room or parlor, as it was called. And when things transitioned to folks coming outside of their personal residence to a funeral home, the idea was to extend that home-like feel, to invite family and be able to gather as if you were in a personal residence. And our location there really allows that extension. We try to celebrate the holidays by having, whether it be Christmas decorations up or beautiful spring flowers when the spring season hits, and again, just to create that comfort and home-like feel.
It is. It's up on Mill, and when you drive by it, it's always, whether it has flowers or the flag is out, it's welcoming. It's as though it's part of the neighborhood, and you drive by wondering, well, who's in that home? And the answer is Friedrich-Jones is in that home. Yes. Talk to me a little bit about you customize for a funeral, whether it be pictures or video. Why is that important? Why do we need to do that?
You know what? We just really feel like each life is special and individual in its own way. Everyone is different in their interests, whether that be a golfer or perhaps a musician, different religious backgrounds. So we want their funeral to be really, in essence, a celebration of life. And we use the word celebration not to underscore the fact that folks are sad and are suffering a loss, but the fact that this person has lived for whatever amount of years, has made a difference in a number of different capacities in lives, and want to address in all those areas to the degree that the family feels comfortable doing that.
Well, and I think in celebration, I do think it is a life that is lived, so we're celebrating. And I like the picture boards because it gives people who are coming a chance to see your family or you through the ages, and then they have something to talk about amongst themselves. Or with you when you're up there talking to them. So I think that's a lovely...
Brings people at ease.
Yeah.
We tell folks that when they come in and have their chapel, it's their own. It's an extension of their living room or family room. They can bring in any pieces that they want to make them feel at home. We have folks that bring in quilts if their mom was a quilter, and we display those. Or dad was a golfer in his golf bag. And the more things they have surrounding them of that person, the better their experience is and the experience of their guests, as far as it being warm and individualized.
Right. And tell me a little bit about pre-planning. I think people don't understand what that means.
Sure. Pre-planning allows either individuals to come in for themselves and make their final wishes known, or sometimes a loved one like a child coming in for maybe a parent, or a spouse coming in for perhaps a spouse that might be imminent. But it's really to gather the information that will be necessary at the time of need to fulfill documents such as the death certificate, whether it be burial permits or cremation authorizations. It allows them to make selection of services and the related merchandise that goes with, and to provide any kind of key points like songs that they want played, what they want to be dressed in. I had a very unique experience with a lady who came in with her clothes in advance and probably called me 3 or 4 times to say, not the brown sweater, the red sweater, or so on, because she was undecided, but I think it gave her a lot of comfort just to even be involved at that level, because that particular person was in a state of illness. So it was a little bit of control at a time that she didn't have it. And we dialogued quite a bit. Yeah.
You, at Friedrich-Jones, I think you do a really nice job of aftercare. Tell me about that. You have 2 neat programs.
Yeah, well, you know, this year at our Naperville facility, we did our 20th anniversary luminary program, where we invite all the folks back from the year before. We do this year round. We make the bags for the loved ones that we've served and have their names on it. We will go back in time if we have served a spouse and do a bag for the spouse too, so that they can honor them both together. We offer also the opportunity for the community at large, if they'd like to have us do a bag for their loved one, that they can participate too. But they line the funeral home. Folks decorate the bags and special stickers or poems, bring flowers. We have an open house for fellowship with, you know, just sweets and coffee and so on. And then we do a really nice service. We change the officiant each year, representing different denominations of churches and faiths. And then we also do a beautiful tribute to the veterans. We play taps. And this year the Naperville Memorial Honor Squad came and did the gun salute. It was absolutely wonderful. They had an ovation from all of our guests, because it was just really special to have them there as volunteers. So we're lucky as a community.
That's wonderful. And so we have the Naperville one on Mill, and then you also have a facility in Plainfield. Tell me a little bit about that one.
Sure. Our Overman-Jones location is in downtown Plainfield on the corner of Route 59 and Route 30. It is also, even though it's a newer facility by design, it's made to look like a home. It's like a French country estate there. Beautiful. We have the same service there, our same staff, as we do in our philosophy in Naperville, which is, you know, just to be warm, to be caring, offer all the same elements from the video screens, the boards, as you mentioned, music. So it's simply an opportunity for, if, you know, South Naperville to go to a southern location, if that benefits them, or our, you know, certainly our Plainfield, Crest Hill, some of northern side of Joliet, to serve those folks as well.
Stephanie, thanks so much for stopping by and sharing a little bit about what you do, and thank you for what you do. It's a difficult job, and we appreciate the care and kindness that you give.
Thank you. It was an honor to be here with you, Liz. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We're going to be right back with more Business Connections. Stay tuned.